Legacy Village Salt River is proud to support Arizona PBS. Opening in early fall with a new location in North Scottsdale, just off the 101 and Via de Ventura. Independent living, assisted living, and memory care. More info and tours at legacyvillagesaltriver.com or 480-527-2000.
I'm Susan Linkus of the Linkus Group, a fee-based registered investment advisor specializing in financial planning, investment management, insurance strategies, and more. LinkusGroup.com, investing for life.
On Cronkite News tonight, COVID and the holidays. We'll take a look at what you can expect and how you can stay safe while celebrating age-old traditions during the pandemic.
Plus, hate crimes surged in Arizona last year. We'll have the latest FBI stats and how they compare to previous years.
And later this half hour on Break It Down, COVID-19 and discrimination Asian Americans now feel.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Rosara Wardsworth.
And I'm Tyler Mannion. Thank you for joining us. 4,123. That's the number of new COVID-19 cases reported in Arizona today by the Department of Health Services. To put that in perspective, that's the most in a single day since July. With Thanksgiving just a week away, the CDC is now asking everyone to stay at home, avoid travel, and keep the holiday dinner to just family. As Faith Abercrombie reports, Maricopa County has similar recommendations.
Maricopa County health officials gave an update this morning on COVID-19. The county discussed potentially risky behavior before the holidays, the rising amount of viruses within the community, and vaccination updates.
Even if you are at low risk, that does not mean you have no risk.
Maricopa County health officials emphasized the importance of social distancing and masking up before the holidays.
The increase we've seen in new cases has been extreme. Our 7-day average is now over 1,500 new cases per day in Maricopa County. Just one short month ago, it was under 500 cases a day. This increase is concerning, and we are already seeing increases in hospitalizations and deaths.
I know many of us will be making Thanksgiving plans this weekend.
Thanksgiving guidelines like avoiding buffets, minimizing the number of guests, and social distancing while wearing a mask are being recommended by the state and county officials.
It's important at these events to wear masks even when you're outside and socially distance as much as possible. Having these events that aren't socially distanced and not wearing masks is how we end up with increases we're seeing, even with the current mitigation efforts in place.
Maricopa County makes up about 2/3 of Arizona's population.
There's not a one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to giving advice to schools or the businesses or the people that seek that advice.
And as county health officials look ahead to a vaccine, they're recommending that even people who have received a positive antibody test still get the vaccine in order to achieve herd immunity.
As soon as they receive clearance from the FDA, which we are hearing will take at least 2 weeks once they apply for that clearance, as soon as it arrives in Arizona at the state level within 24 hours to 48 hours, we should receive our local allotment. That allotment is based on our ability to store and administer the vaccine.
Even though Maricopa County said they would continue their contact tracing efforts, they've seen a decrease in individuals wanting to share who those close contacts were. In downtown Phoenix, Faith Abercrombie, Cronkite News.
On Wednesday, Governor Doug Ducey asked Dr. Kara Christ and her team at the Department of Health Services to develop a plan to implement voluntary COVID testing sites at Arizona's major airports. Reporter Dylan McKim has more information on how one airport's testing site could look starting tomorrow. Dylan?
Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and that means a lot of people will be traveling in and out of our state as COVID infections continue to spike around the country. That's why Governor Ducey wants to provide travelers the option to get tested as soon as possible once they arrive or return to Arizona. So when can travelers start getting tested at the airport? Well, a spokesman for Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport told Cronkite News that they plan to start testing later in the month using one of their vendors. A more detailed plan will be released later in the week. A spokesman for Phoenix Mesa Gateway told us that there is currently no plan in place for their airport, but they have been talking with DHS and hope to have something planned by early next week. Tucson International is the one airport here that already has a plan in place, and they are set to start testing travelers tomorrow.
It's really designed and around trying to get incoming travelers into Tucson. It is a full PCR test, and we're going to have some signage out there. You scan a QR code and enroll yourself into it. It is by appointment only, but there are a lot of appointments throughout the day. So it is not just walk up, but if somebody goes down there and scans the QR code within a few minutes, they could get enrolled. And if there's a time opening, just go right in.
Tests are being conducted by Paradigm Laboratories, and passengers can expect their results in less than 72 hours. And Bruce Getz also wanted to make it clear that this is not just a one-time thing for the holidays. Their airport is committed to providing this service for their travelers indefinitely in order to help county health officials tackle the spread of the virus as people come into the state. In the studio, Dylan McKim, Cronkite News.
ASU nursing students are getting the opportunity to help collect COVID-19 samples on campus as part of their clinical studies. Cronkite News reporter Melissa Zarimba gives us the details on how they prepare.
Students at ASU Edson College of Nursing and Health Innovation are being fitted with N95 face masks so they'll be able to collect COVID-19 samples.
For the nursing students, it's a very unique opportunity. A testing site is very different than what they would see in the clinic usually. And in the middle of a pandemic, it's a unique situation for students to get experiences that they wouldn't normally get.
Before students can start, they have to be medically cleared to wear a respirator.
After we have that medical clearance, then we put them in a hood and spray a sensitivity solution to make sure that they can taste the Bitrex.
During the fitting, students are exposed to a spray so they can determine if there's a good seal with their mask.
So we are relying upon them to be able to taste the Bitrex. So it's a very distinctive bitter taste.
If they can't taste, the mask is sealed and keeping out airborne particles. Nursing student Connor Tumman believes collecting COVID samples will enhance his clinical practice.
I feel like I'm learning still, and as a nurse we're always learning, and I think it's really beneficial for us to get out there.
After all their PPE equipment is tested and secured, students are eligible to start collecting samples.
Part of the process when coming in to get your COVID-19 test is you are given these supplies here, and then you come into this private area where there's directions here listed on what to do. And all this is part of the process to collect your COVID-19 sample.
Tumman not only values this experience, but getting this opportunity to see what this profession is all about.
To see, our professors out here with us and them showing us, this profession is all about caring and supporting everybody, no matter who they are and what's going on in the world.
The hours the nursing students spend collecting samples counts as part of their clinical requirement. Melissa Zarimba, Cronkite News.
There are more than 600 students in the nursing program, and right now, about 280 of them are participating in this process. Turning now to election 2020, though, Arizona ballots are expected to be certified today or tomorrow. Joe Biden has been declared the winner by less than 20,000 votes, and it's the first time that Arizona has chosen a Democrat for president since 1996. Cronkite News reporter Alex Gall explains how it happened.
The short answer for why Joe Biden won in Arizona in 2020 is he got more votes where it mattered. Now, it's important to note that both parties in 2020 received more votes than they did in 2016. That was just 4 years ago. This election, of course, was decided by about 10,457 total votes. That's a very small margin of victory. And a place where many of those votes were cast, of course, is the largest county in Arizona. And of course, that's Maricopa County. About a 45,000 vote win for Joe Biden in this state. Now go back to 2016. Look here, it's about a 45,000 gap as well. But it's the other way around. It's for Donald Trump in 2016. So that's about a 90,000 total vote gain for Joe Biden from 2016 to 2020. Now, a Democrat hasn't won Maricopa County since 1948. Yes, that's Harry Truman territory. But let's look across the state as well. If we take a look here at Apache County, not a very big county, of course, 23,000 votes for the Democrat Joe Biden, 11,000 for Donald Trump. And of course, we look at 2016, look at the vote totals. They're much smaller. It goes from 17,000 Democratic votes in 16 to 23,000 in 2020. You might not think 6,000 votes is much of a difference, but look at the total margin of victory. That's about 60% of that total margin of victory. Now, a place where Joe Biden also did well is Pima County. That's the second largest county in Arizona. That's Tucson and its surrounding suburbs. Democrats normally do well here, but let's look at the voting percentages. In 2016, it was about 53% Democrat to 39% Republican. Now look at 2020, it's still about 39% Republican, but Democrats have increased their margin of victory by about 5 points to 58.6%. Now, Democrats have done very well, and Joe Biden did very well in these states. He won the counties he was supposed to by larger margins, and he flipped some counties like Maricopa that he needed to win, and that's why Joe Biden won Arizona in 2020. At the Google touchscreen, Alex Gall, Cronkite News.
Yesterday, the Phoenix City Council voted on changing the names of 2 streets that many considered offensive. According to a tweet from Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego, Squaw Speak Drive and Robert E. Lee Street will now be named Piestewa Peak Drive and Desert Cactus Street. Robert E. Lee was a Confederate general who led the uprising against the U.S. in the Civil War, and squaw is a historical slur used to describe Native American women. The council voted to change the names back in September, but didn't decide on the new names until now.
A new FBI report on hate crimes is out, and it was a mixed bag for Arizona. After a sharp drop from 2017 to 2018, the number of Arizona hate crimes bounced back in 2019 to 217 crimes. While that was still well below the highs of recent years, there are other troubling signs, as Carolina Hassett reports from our Washington bureau.
The FBI report covers hate crimes that are motivated by race, ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, and more. But the category that stood out for Arizona in 2019 by far was race.
And the 2 biggest victims of those crimes have been Black and Latino communities.
The vast majority of race-biased crimes were directed at Black people.
This is the 4th consecutive year that there's been an increase on hate crimes against Latinos. So that right there is pause for concern.
And most of the increase was driven by a surge in race-based hate crimes reported in Phoenix. The city accounted for 111 of the state's 143 race hate crimes, almost doubling the 59 race-motivated crimes the city reported a year earlier. And those are the only crimes the police know about.
Hate crimes traditionally are the most underreported crimes that we have.
Contacting law enforcement is not going to be something that everyone is comfortable with or willing to do.
Many experts point to the steady drumbeat of heated political rhetoric as one reason for the higher numbers.
The increase in rhetoric coming out of the White House, quite frankly, has led to this increase in hate crimes and hate incidents.
While better police training and improved community relations are needed, experts say that in the long term, education is key to combating hate.
There should also be some education that happens in the public schools about looking at systemic oppression and in particular racism.
Et Cubanez says the numbers in the report are more than just numbers. They affect people's lives.
The tension of being out and about now is heightened if, someone's scrutiny falls on you.
And Galindo Elvira says there is really only one number that matters.
One hate crime is one too many.
While the numbers in Arizona are up this year, it's important to remember the 173 hate crimes reported the year before were the second lowest in a decade. In Washington, Carolina Hassett, Cronkite News.
The other two biggest categories in the report were hate crimes driven by religion and sexual orientation. Crimes motivated by religious bias inched up last year from 34 to 36 cases, while hate crimes over someone's sexual orientation fell from 37 to 30 cases in 2019.
The Arizona Police Association has put out proposed changes following the deaths of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Some of the proposed changes include an independent team to investigate officer-involved shootings, de-escalation training, and changes in mental health and homeless calls for service. Some of the changes will require the Arizona legislature to take action. Others can be implemented by the departments or municipalities.
Coming up next on Cronkite News, the future of winter sports. How long will they be delayed because of COVID-19? The answer after the break.
Plus, with winter weather rolling in, Snow Bowl is set to open the slopes. All the details next.
This month in Passport, your on-demand library of the best of PBS.
Everyone has secrets. Are you protecting someone?
I have no choice.
You do have a choice. You're looking at him.
That's amazing. We could be standing on top of a T-Rex right now.
Women demanded new space and pushed the boundaries of what being a lady means.
These and other shows are available with Passport. Become a member of this PBS station. Sign in and start streaming today.
Here we go. Lights up. Whoa.
As artists, we conduct our educations in public. You can never know whether it's going to be a success. One just has to risk it.
It's you and the work and the place. It's a very particular relationship.
Here's our lens. Tell us what you think.
Friday night at 9 on Arizona PBS.
Hey, I'm Rick Steves. You know, I don't go anywhere without my passport. And now, thanks to PBS Passport, you can travel with me and watch all 10 seasons of Rick Steves Europe and all my travel specials. This exclusive streaming service is just for our members. Not only can you see all my shows, but you can see thousands of hours of your favorite public television shows. Become a member today and get your passport.
The Arizona Interscholastic Association's Executive Board voted today to postpone the beginning of all winter sports competition. The start of the season is now slated for January 5th of 2021 and will go until February 19th. All schools will have a minimum of 14 days to practice beforehand, and the start of the season will depend on a few new measures. For example, if a student athlete participates with a non-school team, then that student athlete cannot practice or compete with their team for 14 days. No fans will be permitted to attend, and no out-of-state competitions will be allowed.
It's that time of year again when the weather cools down and snowmaking in the desert begins, which means despite the pandemic, Snow Bowl is prepped to open for this season. The Flagstaff Area Ski Resort announced it will open to the public tomorrow starting at 10 a.m. Masks will be required for all guests and employees in base areas, lift lines, and inside lodges. Pass holders will not need to make reservations, but access to the mountain will be first come, first serve. For more info on the new safety guidelines, go to Snow Bowl's website.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
After the coronavirus pandemic began in China, Asian Americans have felt under attack here. We break it down next.
So it's been a challenging time for everyone with dueling pandemics. They've created specific difficulties for communities of color, particularly business owners. Jenny, let's break this down. You're a startup entrepreneur, you're a wife, a mom, a boss lady, so you're dealing with a lot of the usual awful. What does that look like for you?
You know, I think it's been pretty challenging. I think it's also hard for the world to see the challenges through the lens of a person of color and a business owner, a small business owner. And so with everything that's happening, you're seeing the effects of these two pandemics accelerate the destruction of our small businesses. And I think in general, you're seeing a huge population being wiped out because of the COVID specific health problems that are coming out.
Mm-hmm. So we're seeing these dueling, I now sort of see three pandemics between the real pandemic of COVID and the racial injustice pandemic and now this economic pandemic. And in each of those, communities of color are hit harder. And this is a place where we've had some challenges in terms of racism. And I think Asian communities were hit sort of early in this pandemic. And here in particular, we didn't escape that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what I saw in as early as January, the end of January, when the first cases started to arise in the US, all the way until the actual lockdown, Asian businesses there were boycotts and immediate assumption that all Asians had this virus. And so an avoidance to purchasing from any Asian-owned business, regardless of which country they're from, right? So,
right. I mean, you're not Chinese. I'm not Chinese.
Well, I'm Chinese Vietnamese, and we saw like nail salons completely hit Vietnamese, and not only just a boycott, but even attacks, right? And this rhetoric of all Asians are part of the problem. And I think from the top too, not in any kind of argument against that, right? For a while there, while all of this was happening, our highest level of leadership continued to spout that the virus was directly related to China, but it continued to show the rise of attacks against Asian Americans. And a lot of times people just don't know the difference. And you see that all the time. And there's a whole issue there around education and history of Asian Americans that needs to happen nationwide. But because of that lack of education and lack of history for a majority of the US, that separation wasn't made. And so we saw huge impacts to the Asian population in terms of income for small businesses that are in specifically Mesa and across the valley. We saw attacks. There was the Asian night market that happened, and there was a large amount of time that was spent on just communicating that just because this is an Asian night market doesn't mean we all have COVID and that it's okay to come and attend these things.
Jenny and I grew up in Minneapolis, daughter of immigrant parents in a restaurant. What has been your lowest moment in this?
And my parents are immigrants, refugees from Vietnam, but we're Chinese ethnically, and they started a restaurant just before I was born. So my entire life, early life was remembering growing up in a restaurant and helping serve tables and unpack rice and mix sauces. And they've had this business for now 45 years, as long as I've been alive, and just before. And last week, and in the same building. So they've been in downtown Minneapolis for 45 years. And just last week, there was a review on Google that somebody was disgruntled. And I guess my dad had told him to stay distance because of COVID, and they had set up a little barrier, and somebody was not really listening to that, or maybe didn't hear him, whatever the situation was. But the Google response was, if you don't know how to treat Americans, you should go back to your own country. And that was really hard to hear. And it's not the first time I've heard that throughout my childhood.
Right.
And my parents
go back to where he came from. Right.
Yep. And I've heard it too. I'm sure you have too. Anybody who looks different, the assumption is you weren't born and raised here and you're not American. And that was really hard, I think, on top of seeing the bill, the anti-Asian sentiment bill, and how it really hasn't gone anywhere. And then the growing Black Lives Matters protests, the immigration issues that we deal with on a constant basis here in Arizona and our Latino population. I think all of that has added up, and I just had I had a breakdown.
Jenny, so how did you respond to that Google review?
I responded to this post, this Google review, and I said something along the lines of, my parents are more American than this person. It's probably been more American and has been around longer than this person has, been an American longer than this reviewer has, because it's on the university campus. And I also said a big part of them being an immigrant and being a minority and an underrepresented entrepreneur is bringing their culture to America, right? And exposing us to really great, amazing things like their food. And it doesn't make sense for you to enter a minority-owned business and then and purchase from them, and then also tell them to go back to their own country. And I said something like, if they do go back to their own country, they're going to take all their amazing food and all the great things that they brought to America with them. And the response has gotten this huge outpouring of support.
They're more good people. I mean, I think you've seen that. That's been like a moment of grace, or many moments of grace in this really challenging time. So at least we have that silver lining.
Yeah.
And thanks so much, Jenny, for joining us on Break It Down to talk about the grit and the grace that we've had to show and we have seen exemplified by allies in this time of a dueling pandemic. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
This hour of local news is made possible by contributions from the Friends of PBS, members of your PBS station. Thank you. If you have comments about Arizona PBS News, please contact us at one of the addresses on your screen. Thank you.
There's never been a more important time to make sure facts and the truth are driving conversation. Washington Week is an island of civil discourse in a chaotic media environment. On Friday night, we gather the best reporters in the nation to unpack what's really happening and have a conversation that's not about point of view, but about informing the American people.
Washington Week. All new, Friday night at 7 on Arizona PBS. Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from...
I know I can make a success of the new convent. To bring education and enlightenment to such a remote part of the world.
Shouldn't have come here, a place where time doesn't even exist.
I think this place is too much for all of us.
Althea, this is a wicked place. It's rotten to its heart! What are we going to do?
Black Narcissus premieres on FX and FX on Hulu.
Next time on Frankie Drake Mysteries.
It's about my husband, Grant. I think someone might be threatening him.
When Frankie investigates a woman's husband.
Why are you pushing her away?
You wouldn't understand.
He's murdered.
Someone cut that gas line.
The clues lead to a group of war veterans.
See you soon.
But the investigation will put Frankie on the front line. Frankie Drake Mysteries.
Tonight at 8 on Arizona PBS.
For 33 years, Firing Line provided a platform for a substantive and balanced exchange of opinion. Today, we live in a time when meaningful discourse is needed more than ever. Welcome to Firing Line. Our mission is to renew the Firing Line tradition in the 21st century.
Friday night at 7:30 on Arizona PBS.
I really do enjoy volunteering. I like to think that I have made a difference. That's enough. I don't need to be patted on the back. I've included my PBS station in my future plans. It's not a big gift, but something that will help them.
For more information about including Arizona PBS in your future plans, visit azpbs.org/giving.
Every little bit helps. If we can do a whole lot of little bits, then we've done a great service.
Explore new ideas and new worlds here on Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University.
Coming up on Austin City Limits.
All new Saturday night at 11 on Arizona PBS.
Thanksgiving Day is upon us. I haven't finished eating my Halloween candy. The guests will be here pretty soon. Hi, Chuck. Please get ready to help serve them.
This is going to be the biggest bash of the year.
Sunday night at 6:30 on Arizona PBS. Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from
Deanne Griebel, now with Moores & Cabot Investments, serving investors since 1890, proudly supports quality programming on 8 Arizona PBS, 480-725-9602.
Good evening, I'm Judy Woodruff. On the NewsHour tonight. 250,000 dead. The massive surge in COVID-19 infections and deaths prompts the reimposing of restrictions and a serious strain on the nation's hospitals. Then, denying defeat. President Trump and what's left of his campaign continue their long-shot legal challenges to the election results as the transition of power remains delayed.